In Nebraska, Ben Sasse won the Republican primary for Senate there. He is the Tea Party-backed candidate, but he's sort of an establishment candidate, real conservative, masquerading as a Tea Party candidate. However, the Tea Party really hasn't fared well in the primary season this year. What's going on?
Well, with the Nebraska race, Ben Sasse, is a former Bush administration official, worked for HHS. He had a lot of support from Tea Party groups, but he's also said that he's going to come to the Senate and work with Mitch McConnell, who he's had some tension with in the past. And he referenced Jack Kemp in his acceptance speech the night he won. But they're looking at states like North Carolina and coming up in Kentucky with Mitch McConnell's primary. He seems poised to win that. There's lots of talk about the Tea Party not having as much sway over incumbents or establishment candidates this cycle.
And it's interesting to look at the kinds of candidates that Tea Party is sort of backing. Other than Sasse, I mean, in general, the sort of grassroots Tea Party candidates that had some success in toppling some of the establishment folks in 2010 and 2012 congressional races, they're really nowhere to be found this year, or the grassroots candidates are really not the strong kind of candidates that are able to pull out these primaries, it seems.
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of some of the lessons learned. You know, Republicans lost winnable seats because they elected, not winnable candidates who weren't able to win general elections. They also have recognized the challenge of governing, and also the challenge of trying to compete without really an organizational structure. So I do think that the Tea Party has pulled, in terms of the Congress has pulled the party a little bit to the right, but the establishment folks, John Boehner, Mitch McConnell, this cycle have been very focused on kind of striking back against those kinds of challengers and really sticking up for the establishment, which they didn't necessarily see in 2010.
And it probably helps the establishment, not only of them reacting a little bit better to these kind of candidates, but also looking at the polling that there's sort of a little less support for Tea Party folks, even within the Republican Party.
Right, exactly. And also, Republicans do have a really strong chance of taking over the Senate this cycle and holding on to the House. So I think they're keeping that in mind, and especially Mitch McConnell is focused on that.
Well, there's definitely a lot of establishment Republicans, so-called establishment Republicans, breathing a sigh of relief this year, as it looks like that this primary season, really they may escape without having any real sort of grassroots Tea Partiers toppling them in the primaries. We'll keep an eye on it. Caitlin Huey-Burns from Real Clear Politics. I'm Steve Chaggaris from CBSNews.com. Thanks for watching.